Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's me coming on, Taryn coming on with another late one. But, I decided to hop on here, last minute tonight to talk about some real shit. This right here is for my people dealing with loss, whether it's human or an animal or any kind of loss, whether it be money or whatever, or if it's death, you know. But any form of loss is really gonna suck at the end of the day. Because with that loss, that means whatever you lost, you can't really get that back. Because once it's gone, there's no bringing it back. And that's the sad part about loss, is that you basically have to take it on the chin and, just keep going. But I think the one loss that affects everyone the same is death. And let me just say something. I've been through a few losses in my life, and I've lost some people close to me in my life. And yeah, that shit hurt me. And that shit may be that shit's hard to cope with. I find my ways to cope with it, but I have my moments where I break down. But that's just all part of being human when it comes with death. You're gonna break down. And I've lost a few people close to me, and those people that are close to me, I've held them dearly. I've held them dearly close to me for years. And yeah, it hurt. It hurt. Let me tell you that. And I'll tell you the losses that I've been through. So I'm not gonna say the people's names and shit like that, but I'll just start off. My uncle was killed when I was 8 years old. This was in June of 2001. I didn't really know him at the time, so it wasn't really a big deal. And I was only 8 years old, so I really didn't know what death was at the time. Being a young kid, I'm just running around, having fun, doing what a kid does. But yeah, I didn't really know him that well. But he, I didn't really know him, but yeah, I can't really say nothing about that because I didn't really know him at the time. But that was a loss that I went through. I didn't know what was going on because I was only 8 years old. But after that, shit was fine. I was cool. I didn't have no problems or nothing like that because I didn't really know my uncle. So I was like, okay, just keep going. Yeah, keep going. So let's fast forward a few years. We fast forward to 2017. I lose my mother's father, which is my grandfather, on March 17th, to be exact. St. Patrick's Day, I think, that year. I'm not sure, but yeah. Or no, it was March 13th, I think it was. My fault. March 13th. Yeah, March 13th. My bad. And a crazy thing about that is when he passed away, I had just got fired from McDonald's at the time. A year after he passed away. But that's besides the topic. But we knew that was coming, and it was natural. So can't really be too hung up on that one, because we all expected it. So let's fast forward a year later, November 4th, 2018, I lose a sister. I'm not really going to get into it because that's a topic I don't want to get into right now. But that's a very touchy subject for me, and I don't want to get into that. But pretty sure some of you know by me saying that, you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure. So we're not going to get into it, but yeah, that's hard to get over too, especially when that's hard to get over, that type of death, if you know what I'm talking about. The situation with one of my older sisters I don't want to bring up, but the emotions I went through with that day, I was sad. I wasn't sad. I was shocked. I was sad. I was pissed. I was angry. I was in denial. And I didn't want to accept it. But when the day of that person's funeral comes, that's when the shit really actually hits you. That person is no longer here physically. And that bond that you had with them while they're here, that bond that you had with them is broken now. Well, the physical bond that you guys had is broken, but they're with you still. But let's get back into what I was talking about. So let's fast forward another year. 2019, October 26th. My birthday. Lost an uncle to diabetes, who was basically my godfather. And he kind of, I don't really want to get into that. I don't know how to explain it, but he was a diabetic really bad, and don't really want to get into it. But he passed away on my birthday, October 26th of 2019. That was another person I held dearly close to me. So after that, we fast forward a year later. My brother dies in July from the same thing my uncle just passed away from in 2019. Real bad diabetic. I mean, I didn't really know my brother that well, but I was getting to know him. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with my sister that, with the subject I don't want to get into. You guys know what that is. Starts with an S. But yeah, you get it. But he died from the same thing my Uncle Norman did. Being a real bad diabetic. I didn't know him that well, but I was just getting to know him over the years, because my dad's big dream, rest in peace, who passed away a week after my brother did. The same year. But August 7th of 2020 was the day my dad's life ended. Well, this was the day my siblings and I and everyone else on my dad's side of the family, we lost him. He was killed by a stray bullet. He was involved in a situation that he wasn't even involved in, And that one's gonna sting forever. And then, anybody that's been through the loss of a parent or whatever, or if you've been through a loss of a parent, I'm pretty sure some of you know the pain that I'm going through. And some people have asked me how I'm dealing with this shit. And I just look like I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I just know that my dad raised a strong ass man. A strong ass man that is 28 years old now. But yeah, them are some pretty touchy subjects, Losing my dad that day, it really killed me on the inside. Losing my dad, I'll never be the same on the inside. I'll never be the same. A piece of me is dead, unfortunately, and I'll never get that back. I mean, I know he's with me spiritually, but yeah, it's that's not the same as the physical bond with that person you had, Especially if you held that person really close to your heart. That shit may be hard for you to get over. But it's also not good to bottle anything in. Because the more you bottle it in, the more it gets worse for you or your mental health, And just a lot of shit in this world is fucked up for real, The world we live in today is just fucked up. Guns and shit everywhere, racism, death everywhere. COVID, that's some crazy shit too, but that's another topic we'll get into another day. But for anybody that just went through death, it's a rough thing to deal with, It's very hard to deal with. And it takes a strong person to admit that they need to really go talk to someone about it. Because there's some things that you may not be able to talk to your family or anyone else about. So the only thing you can really do is admit that you really need help and you really need to talk to someone that knows or that can figure out what's wrong with you in your mind or in your head, I should say. But yeah, death is traumatizing, man. Especially if it's someone you love and you literally see them dying in front of you. That shit changes you. And it will hurt you. It will kill you. It will kill you. But like they say, what don't kill you only make you stronger, man. But there's a lot of ways to deal with death, You could keep yourself distracted as much as you can with things around the house or maybe activities that you like to do. I don't know, read a book or something. Maybe go play basketball or hang out with your friends. Or if you smoke weed, maybe that helps you. I don't know. But for me, weed does help. So I feel like it keeps me kind of sane. Not in a bad way, but it just keeps me from going fucking crazy or absolutely being a complete dick to everyone. But anyway, like I said, death is a very hard thing to deal with, man. Very hard. But you just gotta know how to get through it, And just put it in God's hands, man. Put it in God's hands or whatever you believe in. But let me just tell you guys that are going through the same thing that I am with losing a parent or whatever. dog, cats, whatever, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, cousin, doesn't matter, husband, wife. Just know that what you have with them is it's not physically, it's not over, but it is physically, but they're still with you in spirit. Now, they're just gonna live on through you and whatever you do to keep their legacy going, if you may, you know. But for some people, that may be a lot to carry, and they can't handle it. But you just gotta try your best to do what you can to handle it, man. And be strong for everyone around you, even your family that's going through the same thing as you, or anyone else that's going through the same thing as you. They may have known that person just as much as you have, whether if it's brother, sister, family, whatever, friend, close friend of your family, whatever. They're in the same boat with you. And as long as you have a good support system behind you, you're going to be all right. And you'll get through it. But I suggest that if you really can't handle it, go talk to a therapist, because mental health is very important. Very, very important. But yeah, dealing with loss is not easy. It's not. Trust me, it's not for me. It's just not easy. It's really not. And it's hard to try to you know, try to be try to be how you used to be. Like, with the shit that you go through in your life, it's hard to sometimes stay positive with that shit. But you got to stay positive. We're thinking of positive outcomes of everything, you know. But you always have to be on the bright side and always stay humble and everything. Don't ever forget where you come from or anything. And also just be careful of your surroundings and everything, and who you're around and who you trust. Only trust family and people that you've been rocking with for years. But yeah, man, it's hard going through death. It's hard. It's very hard. But I hope this helped some people a little bit, you know. It may not have, but hopefully you do learn from some of the shit that I've been through with death. I mean, I didn't really get into it because I didn't want to really get into it deeply, because that's some shit that I just don't want to talk about like that, you know. That's just me, but, you know, all you can do is just keep your head up and keep going, man. That's all you can do. That's it, man. That's all you can do is just keep moving, man. Keep it pushing. Make your parents proud, or whoever it was that you lost proud. Whether if it was a dog, cat, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, cousin, mom, dad, or both, or all your family members. Maybe you might be the only one left from your family. But you just got to keep pushing, man, to continue everyone's legacy, if you are the last one still living. But like I said, as long as you got a support system around you, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got on that one, you know. But, yeah. Just make sure you guys that do have your parents or whoever that you didn't lose, make sure that you guys, you know, don't treat them well while they're still here. Because tomorrow in this crazy world that we live in is never promised, unfortunately. And death is a thing that doesn't end. Doesn't end until we're all gone, unfortunately. But for now, you guys just keep your heads up, stay positive, stay humble, stay hungry. Remember what your parents taught you or whoever you lost taught you, or love, or whatever animal. Make sure you remember everything, all the good times you had with him, with that animal or that person that you held really close in your heart, or anyone for that matter that you lost. They're always in here. Always in here. And they're always a part of you. Whenever you look at yourself in the mirror, you'll see that person. Just know everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to, hop on here and talk about that and the deaths that I've had in my life, or anyone that's been through it can say the same thing that I'm saying. But anyways, with everything I just said, hopefully it helps you. I really hope it does, With me doing this shit, it's just not me. It's not me bashing anyone or coming at anyone in any certain way or calling anyone out. I'm just talking about shit that's just shit to talk about, for real. That's all I'm doing is just coming on here to talk. Ain't even talking shit about no one specifically or anything in general. I'm just saying things in general. Not talking shit about anyone at all, period. Just things in general. But like I said, as long as you remember what I told you, you'll be good. But like I said, if you subscribe, like, share for more, throw some topics in the comments. And, it's going down from there. Inbox me on Facebook some comments or some topics. Instagram, my Instagram, Terrence Huggs, and or Terrence Huggs 115. Snapchat is Terrence Huggs 1152, and Facebook is also Terrence Huggs. But till the next one, y'all know it. Peace out.